Return of the Mount Hua Sect, Chapter 215. Goodbye, friends. Save us! Forgive us! I'll do anything if you let me go. Baekchun tilted his head. What are they saying? That they will do anything if we spare them? Baekchun frowned at Jogul's answer. Didn't I tell you not to hit their mouths? Yes, but they rebelled. Lovely Saje. Just because they resist, we don't aim for their jaws. Baekchun shook his head. I cannot use Jogul. Somehow, they all seem to resemble Chongmyung. If that was the case, why bother cursing at Chongmyung alone? He sighed heavily and looked at the kneeling bandits. That looks so painful. Come to think of it, there was no room for sympathy for these people, because they were the ones who were aiming for the merchant's goods. According to Gwakyung, these bandits had definitely killed a lot of people, so there was a high chance that these people had killed kind-hearted people because of their greed. But despite knowing that, seeing Chongmyung walking behind him with a smile on his face made him feel bad for the bandits. Chongmyung, who was smiling the whole time, approached Baekchun. What do we do now? What do we do? Chongmyung smiled as he looked down at the bandits. Although they don't eat grass, they will pull the carriage if we feed them something. Just kill them, bastard. Gwakyung rubbed his eyes. However, no matter how many times he repeated that action, the vision in front of him didn't change. The horses that were supposed to pull the carriage painstakingly were now just lightly walking beside them as if they were out taking a stroll. And it was even more shocking that humans were pulling the carriage now. The bandits, who had now turned into horses, dragged the carriage as their entire bodies struggled. What does he normally do to even think about making a human being pull a carriage? Would a normal man even be able to think about doing such a thing? Even more surprising was that the man-drawn carriage was moving 3 times faster than when it was horse-drawn. If humans could be such good horses, then why were humans using horses for their carriage? No. The swordsman named Chongmyung, who sat on the carriage seat, hit the head of the bandit closest to him with a sheathed sword. Are you kidding me? Where's the strength in your legs? No. You men are really lucky. You are a bandit and a killer. I am not the kind of person to keep such people alive. Still, you are useful, so I spared you. But you keep making useless excuses and don't even move. No, not at all. The carriage began to move faster. It was now at the speed where the people around it had to run to keep up with it. The poor bandits pulled the carriage with all their might without resisting and shedding tears. Gwakyung opened his mouth at the strange sight he had never imagined happening in front of him, and the captain of the escort team quietly approached him and said, Merchant head. Yes, escort captain. It is about the people pulling the carriage. Yes. So absurd. I'm sorry. The captain must be having a hard time understanding it, but the people there... No, it isn't that. Huh? The captain spoke with a pale face. They are stronger than me. Huh? They are stronger than me. Gwakyung looked at the escort captain, unable to understand. The escort captain, whose name was Sama Hui, had the nickname Lightning Fast Hands. He was even quite famous in the Sichuan area. Because the path to Yunnan was difficult and dangerous, he was hired to escort the merchant goods they carried with them. It was difficult to even get this man to work for me, but now he's saying that he's weaker than a horde of random bandits. So, you were saying... The bandits who were pulling the carriage, they are stronger than me. So it wasn't just the disciples of Mount Hua, but even a group of bandits were stronger than this man. You bastard! What is with those feet? And a man as young as him was trampling on such bandits. And it isn't just one, but all of those bandits are stronger than me. All 10 of them. Yes, each one. The escort captain glanced at the bandits with a tired face. Didn't they say they were from the Aklu Tiger village? I did hear something like that in the beginning. If it is that place, then they are notorious and are known to be fearsome death reapers around here. I heard that they were a new group of bandits who were united by some prominent ones. I think I heard that too. At this point, only one question remained. What are they doing? Well, it seems good. Gwakyung didn't receive any explanation from Tanggenak about the Mount Hua disciples. He had just heard that they were guests and that he had to take care of them. So, he knew only one thing. I heard that they were the disciples of Mount Hua. Mount Hua? Did you say Mount Hua? Are you talking about the Mount Hua? Yes, from what I know. I heard that Mount Hua is gaining back its name. I guess. The escort captain trembled. Still, wasn't this a bit harsh? Members of the Yeklu Tiger Village, unbelievably strong bandits, were taken down by young children. It wasn't even like all of them had gone up against them. One young-looking kid went up, and in an instant, all of them were beaten up as if they were dogs. The Lord asked me to take care of them. Since they were guests, he had to take care of them. Or did the man mean that he had to be careful of them? Gwakyung coughed. The whole situation had unfolded pretty quickly, so he couldn't say anything then. But he had to sort it out now. Yes? Until now, Gwakyung had only talked to Baekchun, but now his eyes were on Chungmyung. Seeing him dealing with the bandits, he wanted to talk to that person. Are you fine? What? Chungmyung looked at Gwakyung with a bright face. As the speed of the journey increased, his mood also improved. Can we enter Yunnan like this? Huh? Is there a reason we can't? What, brat? No matter how you try to put it, it is too weird. Men pulling a carriage. Them! Right. We cannot avoid people looking at them. Besides, we already have a problem with our low staff members. How can we answer questions that would arise from people seeing them? Tell them they are bandits. What else can we say other than putting the bandits who attacked us to use? There is no need to lie, right? It does sound nice. Chungmyung smiled. They wouldn't ask so much for the bandits, and they might not even think that far. The people in the Namman Beast Palace are also humans. If they ask how they were taken down, say the escorts over there beat them and punished them by making them pull the carriage, then everyone will like it. It would be like everyone did their jobs right. Will that be fine? If you think about it, there is no reason to hate this explanation. How great is the situation? They can pull the carriage instead of the horses and set up camp for us at night. If there is anything else you need done, feel free to put them in good use in whatever way you see fit. Can we really do that? Yes. Wouldn't they find it better than dying? If the merchant head doesn't like it, we can bury them in a quiet place. If we release them, they will go robbing people again. At Chungmyung's words, the bandits who were pulling the carriage shouted with tears and watery noses. A dog! I will pull the carriage like a dog! Let us work! We will do anything you ask! Please, don't forsake us! We can pull it far better than the horses! Please! A beautiful sight. Such passion for their work. To escape death. It was a dire situation. It was a dire scene of walking on the thin line between life and death. The bandits desperately began to cry, hoping to win Gwakyung's heart. Merchant head! Sir! Savior! How far can you go, you bandits? Gwakyung closed his eyes. Will it be fine? I think taking bandits is dangerous for us. Dangerous? Chungmyung tilted his head, and he smiled as he hit the ass of one bandit. These guys? From your point of view, you might be worried. Then, Chungmyung had a worried expression. Then, since they just need legs to pull the carriage, should I break both their arms? The bandits looked at Gwakyung with worldly earnestness. Gwakyung didn't seem very compassionate despite the men shaking their heads. I will take it as you allow it, so I will break their arms so as to not worry you. No, disciple. Wait. No matter what, how can the arms of their... What kind of people are they? They kill people to make money. And if we weren't here, all of you would have been dead too. True, but normally it is said that one should save people who are on the verge of dying, but we need to break their arms to live. Personally, I think we should break one of their legs too, but we have a long way to go, so... Gwakyung's voice increased a few decibels as he got up to stop Chongmyung, who took his sword out. Calm down. Disciple, I'm fine. I'm not worried at all. Words will work. There is no need for actions. Huh? And the bandit shouted, I understand. I really do. Disciple. I'll work harder. I'll cook well too. Let me work. Break your hands if we touch even one of your men. Please. Save me. Chongmyung tilted his head. Will you really behave? Yes, we mean it. Chongmyung's eyes twinkled. Why are you bastards who can work fine acting like bandits in the first place, you bastard? Tak! Instead of the broken plum blossom sword, he used the sword he got from Tanganak to hit the bandit in front of him on the head. Bastards! You have your limbs all well and intact and could have done anything, but you choose to live through such methods. I'm going to beat you up. I'm the one who beat the shit out of the king of the Green Forest bandits. Tak, tak, tak. It was a pitiful sight to see, and the most pitiful one was the one getting hit presently. Don't expect to be treated like humans until we arrive at Yunnan. You are horses. You will drag us till we reach the place we need to. I will teach the path of Tao. When Chongmyung began to do this, Gwakyung looked at Baekchun, and Baekchun smiled brightly at him. Give up. He cannot be stopped. And the Sahyongs all joined in the conversation. Wow, Sasuk. Still, Chongmyung is so kind these days. If it was the past, he would have pulled off their limbs first and then made them pull the carriage. No, there would have been no time even for regret. He would have pounced on the limbs right away. Ah, right. And Yu Yi-sol said, Their head. Huh? He didn't break their heads. He is so kind. Don't worry. Thanks to that, our journey will be a lot easier. And at the same time, the bandits will learn their lesson. They will turn over a new leaf. Turn a new leaf? They will be a lot better than just turning over a new leaf. Seeing Baekchun mumble, Gwakyung smiled without realizing it. I don't know anymore. Do what you want. As such, the journey to Yunnan sped up several times faster without any problems. No problems. Problems. How dare you bastards eat human food? Horses don't eat human food. Eat the fodder, you idiots! Well, there was one problem, but it was a small one. A very, very small